Hey everybody, it's Jim here, and I hope you're having a decent day. For the majority of my life, I refused to use anything that was not a tube amplifier. To me, nothing beats the experience, and I'm not going to sit here and say that anything that I'm going to talk about in today's video, all about the digital realm, is as good feeling as the real thing, especially in the room, having the air pushed from the speaker. It's definitely something else. But recently, moving into this new house and really not having the same kind of liberty with the volume that I would in the older place, I've found myself trying to find other ways of recording guitars, not just for YouTube, but for scratch tracks and demo purposes and things like that. Started off with the 2-Notes Captor X, and I think that thing is absolutely awesome. However, I recently picked up Quad Cortex for a second go around. So in today's video, we're going to hear a few captures, talk about some of the limitations, hear a blind sound comparison to see if you can pick out which one is the capture and which one is the actual pedal, as well as ending things up talking about the ethics of it all. Because what happens if you capture a pedal or an amplifier and then you end up selling it, but you keep the actual capture? Is that right or is that wrong? You already have an opinion on that? Let me know in the comment section down below. However, we're going to start off with a clip that you may have already heard from a demo that I recently did about the Eventide H90. That was done using a capture of this amplifier, the Dr.Z Z Plus, and I thought it sounded really good. In that particular clip, it definitely was set up a little bit more ambient, but overall, even just playing that thing just straight up clean, it sounds really good, and it's absolutely close enough where it's not like people were in the comment section saying, oh, I can pick out, I don't like the way that sounds compared to your real amp. You were too busy just listening to if the actual quality of the sounds coming out were something you liked, and that should be what it's all about. It shouldn't matter how you get to the end result. It should be about the end result. With that being said, though, there are a few limitations, and one that does kind of suck, especially for me. I can't fully take advantage of this amplifier using the Quad Cortex entirely, and that's because I can't capture the spring reverb that's built into it. Also, reverb's not the only effect you can't take captures of. Delays, choruses, phasers, flangers, basically anything time-based or modulation is not going to work out for that. But what it can do, despite those limitations, capture an amplifier, and it can capture your favorite overdrive or boost pedals. Right now, we're going to be doing a blind sound test. You're going to be hearing the same kind of quick riff played both dynamically, a little bit softer, and then a little bit more grit to it. One's going to be a capture of the Benson Preamp. The other's going to be the Benson Preamp itself. Let me know in the comments section which one you thought was the actual Benson Preamp and which one you thought was the capture. I'll let you know at the end of the video which one was which. And we're almost there because there's only one other thing I want to talk about today. And that is the gray area of it all. And I've seen a lot of split opinions on this. This pedal, the Benson Preamp that you just heard in that clip, I use this thing in basically every single video that I used the Tone King Gremlin because I thought that they were a perfect match together. Still think this is a really great quality pedal. However, after switching to the Z, I prefer this, the MEQ driver from Origin Effects, and I also prefer the Brown Amplification Protein. I have not been using this very much. I ended up selling this pedal. This is the last time you're going to be seeing it on the channel. And that brings me to the captures of it. I'm no longer going to have the physical pedal, so is it ethical to keep the captures even though that I technically don't own the product anymore? To me, I think that it's fine to do that. At first, I kind of thought it was a little bit sketchy, but at the end of the day here, you just have a capture. You can't really do too much tweaking, even though in the Quad Cortex, you can alter things a little bit. It's not going to respond the exact same way. It's more of a snapshot of those settings of the circuit itself in that state. I want to know what you think. Do you think it's ethical for people to take captures of things, or it actually leads kind of a loophole? If you really wanted to abuse the system, you could just continually buy pedals, return pedals after you capture them. Same thing with even amplifiers. That's a little wild. So yeah, it's a weird topic, and I don't think there's a right or a wrong answer, and just kind of looking to hear your opinions on it. Aside from that though, I really am happy with the quality of the captures, and honestly, it is so nice having a perfect recall available to me at any hour of the day or the night and not have to worry about an inconsistency in the sound. Like if I'm doing a demo or if I'm working on something, I have to take a break, I have to go out of the house, maybe I have to turn things down when I come back to it. Sound's not going to be exactly the same. When I'm using the captures from the Quad Cortex, it's just not something I have to worry about. Just sit and play and pick up right where I was, and I can do it silently with my headphones on without sacrificing the quality of the tones that I'm getting. The first sound example was of the actual Benson Preamp. The second one was a capture with the same exact settings. Really is unbelievable how close they get to each other. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Take it easy, everybody.